What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. The Liberals have just shown us that they don't even know their own laws. They don't know what they're talking about. This is essentially virtue signaling to its highest. It's all about control. We know that. What's funny is when we get to show it, when we get to show you, the viewer, just how ridiculous our government behaves, just why they think they even deserve a place in our House of Commons. Keep in mind, I've been touching down a little bit on Bill C2, why this is a devastating bill. The government essentially wants to read your mail. They want access to your personal information. Now, they say this is all about immigration and controlling what comes over our border, as if they care. You'll remember that our tariffs were put into place because nobody wanted to address the issue of fixing our border. No issue will be handled. This is all to stymie your rights. This is to come in and essentially have more control over Canadian citizens. However, what we've seen in the House of Commons, and let's be frank, it's absolutely hilarious. The same minister, Gary I Don't Care, who's now in charge of the Liberal pew-pew ban and buyback program, who also wants to read your mail, by the way. He wants to allow Canada Post the right to go through your mail. How can they keep you safe if they can't read your personal information? If they can't have access to what you spend your money on in terms of funding limits with cash? Let's just get right to it. Brian Lilly coming out. This is embarrassing. Liberal Public Safety Minister Gary I Don't Care is now in charge of the Liberal gun ban and buyback program. He has zero understanding of the basics and had to be passed a note. Let's take a look at what happened here, because it's not just this, by the way. This is only a part of the puzzle.
What are the classifications of firearms?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, what I can tell the member is that Bill 21 addresses a number of concerns that we've heard from all Canadians, but it is to ensure that
I wonder if he's getting...
So hang on, I'm just going to cut in here. So this guy thinks that he's Justin Trudeau, that he's one of the main front bench Liberals that can stand up and just give word salad, and that's going to be okay. What you'll see here is this isn't exactly question period. This is them asking for fact he doesn't have. Let's go.
Passed a note right now with them. Without looking at that note, what are the classifications for firearms in Canada? He's a public...
The Honourable Minister.
restricted, non-restricted, and prohibited, Mr. Speaker.
Sure.
Oh my goodness. Mr. Speaker, this is the Public Safety Minister. Somebody passed him a note with those classifications. Does the Public Safety Minister not know the classifications of firearms at the Committee of the Whole? Yes or no?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the questions before us today involves Bill 21, and I will advise this House that...
The Honourable Member.
Classifications of firearms has nothing to do with that. We're not talking about Bill C-21. We're talking about whether something so basic as how a firearm is classified is known by the Public Safety Minister.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the issue is about Bill 21, and our intention is to ensure that law-abiding gun owners have the ability to hold on to their guns, at the same time taking...
The Honourable Member.
About law-abiding gun owners, but he doesn't even know what classification would be owned by somebody or not owned by somebody. How is that possible, Mr.
Well, how it's possible is because the Liberals don't even care. They don't even know what they're doing. They have... This guy's just been appointed to essentially trample your rights. It has nothing to do with an actual raised concern. It has nothing to do with statistics. This guy doesn't even know how to do his job. Keep in mind, these guys make like $200,000 a year off of your taxes. They come into the House and tell you what you should or should not be allowed to do, and they don't even know the law. They don't know how this works. It got worse from there. It got absolutely worse. Here's Andrew Lawton coming out, and man, it's great to see Andrew Lawton in the House of Commons. He's doing a great job so far, breaking the Liberal minister who is confiscating shovels and criminalizing farmers and sport shooters doesn't know about a firearms license. Even worse, he refused to get educated. This guy taking them knows nothing about them. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Chair, does the minister know what an RPAL is?
Minister.
I do not.
Okay, so right there. Does he know what an RPAL is? He says, I do not. For anybody who does not know what an RPAL is, let's take a brief look at that. RPAL stands for Restricted Possession and Acquisition License. It allows individuals in Canada to possess and acquire, restricted pew-pews, which includes certain semi-automatic ones, and so forth. You can see those terms down here. Again, you have to understand, I'm using certain terminology. I know I've said the other word sometimes in this video, but you start mentioning it too often and YouTube slams the video, which reminds me, if you're enjoying this, please share it out. I think everybody deserves to see this. Get a thumbs up, a comment inside, share it out. It gets it past YouTube's sneaky algorithm and tells people that, hey, this is worth checking out. So these are what you can get with an RPAL, which it allows you to acquire. It says these items are subject to more stringent regulations than non-restricted items, including specific storage and transportation requirements, and are typically limited to use at licensed ranges. Here's the key points of it. It's to allow individuals to own these items. It includes, again, what we pointed out in terms of what you're allowed to carry. Restrictions, restricted ones have stricter rules for storage, transportation, use compared to non-restricted. To obtain an RPAL, individuals must complete the Canadians' item safety course and the Canadians' restricted safety course. RPALs are renewed every 5 years, similar to a possession and acquisition license. So again, it's not like you just do it, it's a one and done. This is how they keep control of things. Keep in mind that 99.9% of the criminal acts involving these items in Canada are done by said items coming illegally over the Canadian border and used by criminals. It's not used by farmers. It's not done by legal owners. And this is why, because we have a very restrictive process outlining how you can and cannot own said items. But this is the guy, this clown, you should almost put him in a clown getup. He doesn't even know what that is. Yet he's going to restrict what you can and can't have. He doesn't know the laws. Let's continue. Wait, I just want to look at the speaker's face. He can't believe that he openly just said, "Yeah, no, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is." Let's what a joke. This is our political system, folks. Like, could you imagine if this was the United States and somebody said, "Well, I don't know what that is. But I'm here. I'm getting my paycheck. I'm taking money away from the taxpayers." Let's start from the beginning.
Chair, does the minister know what an RPAL is?
Minister.
I do not.
Member.
Does the minister know what the CFSC is?
Minister.
I do not know.
Member.
I'll stipulate, Chair, that is the Canadian Firearms Safety Course that all gun owners in Canada have to do to get their firearms license. Has the minister ever done the Canadian Firearms Safety Course?
The Minister.
Speaker, it's my third week on the job. No, I have not.
Oh, look, he just pulled a Mark Carney. Oh, I've only been here for a short amount of time. Everybody, please cut me some slack. You'd think somebody who's pushing forward a mass bill to take away your civil liberties would actually know the law. And he doesn't.
The Honourable Member.
Does the minister know what safety classes and safety demands are expected of law-abiding Canadian gun owners?
The Honourable Minister.
This is not about law-abiding gun owners, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member.
How can the minister make that claim when he doesn't know the basic fundamentals of law-abiding gun ownership in this country, Chair?
So, I have a question now. And I'm sure that this question will go against some people's moral standards, but is this guy a diversity hire? Is that what this is? Is that the only reason this guy's in office? Like, this is what happens when you do DEI hires. When you hire based on race instead of qualifications. If this guy isn't removed from the Liberal Party. This guy should be stepping down. What is his name? We don't care. He needs to step down and claim, or at least give this contract to someone else. I mean, it's good if they don't, because it just means that Canadians get to keep their rights. The Conservatives are doing a great job of slamming this by saying, look, it's overstepping boundaries. You're taking away legal possessions from legal owners. And they always say, well, we're not checking your mail because, you've done anything illegal. We're not taking these away because you've done anything illegal. We want to protect you. Yet, we don't know the laws. We don't know what we're talking about. We don't understand how this works. How can somebody put forward a bill if they don't understand the laws that control what it is they're looking to repeal? If this guy sits in the House of Commons another week, it just shows you that the Liberals are running another circus. And we all know what's going to happen. We all know the reality of it. But I'm just pointing out the facts, folks. This is our political system. For anybody watching outside of the country, this is what makes Canada look like a joke. This is what makes us look like we don't know what the hell we're doing. And we don't. At least those in power don't. But I guess Liberal voters are getting what they paid for. It's funny to see it here. It's funny to see that they put clowns in the House of Commons who leech off of our tax dollars, who gain all the benefits, pensions, perks of working within the government, and they don't even know why they're there. I'll ask you this as a Canadian citizen, as somebody who contributes to our tax system, as somebody who probably gets out of bed every day, goes to some crappy job, works 9 to 5 or longer for minimal pay, and then gives a large chunk of that paycheck to the government. Don't you wish that you could get such a cushy job? Don't you wish that your job allowed you to do this, that you got to go to your job and just look good, just stand there and smile and get paid for doing nothing, for not knowing how to do your job? You just simply show up and get a paycheck, and there's very minimal work required. You get all the perks, all the benefits. This guy's a joke. Absolute joke. And it makes our country look deplorable. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure to hit a thumbs up, a comment, all the usual YouTube jazz. Share this out on social media, folks. Let's expose this clown. Let's make sure everyone gets a good peek at how the Liberals are running this country. Join me tonight for Friday Night Fringe, our weekly live streaming show, while I'll be joined by the beautiful Mrs. Fringe as we go back and forth through everything that happened this week in politics, everything we know that's coming up in the week ahead. Speaking of which, I have an even more depressing yet funnier video about how our government is completely absent from all reality. It's actually worse than this situation, but even more funny. Join me tonight. It all goes down at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central here on the channel. I always look forward to chatting with you guys, hearing what you have to say outside of making these videos. I look most forward to hearing what you have to say tonight. I hope to see you there. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.